before I could, 80 sounds a lot better than 79. So that was a good win. Obviously, great start with the offense. Matt Moore finished his season very strong. That's probably the most encouraging thing to come out of today. And over the last month, the way he's pitched. And big night for Joey Butler. You know, he kind of eluded us for a month or so there, but he showed up big today in front of his parents or his mom, which was pretty cool. So a lot of good things, a lot of offense. And, you know, we'll be back in here, probably take a couple days off, and then get back to the drawing board and see what we can do to continue to improve and wish these guys a really good offseason.
What these young guys were able to do in tonight's game, how much is that a reflection of this entire season?
Well, I mean, that's the thing with September baseball or late baseball. There are a lot of young players playing, and not that anybody ever shuts it down, but I mean, there's a lot of guys that are really hungry to make a good impression, quality impressions, and they did that today.
What was your message to the team after the game?
No message. We met as a group the first day after, first day on the homestand. We met and said, let's try to keep this as normal as possible. We talked briefly and told the guys how much we appreciate as a staff the way they went about their business this year, their effort level. We realize there are things that we need to improve upon. First and foremost, myself, there's plenty of things I can improve on, but you know, a lot of positives to be taken from this season.
Kevin, obviously this was a great way to finish it out, the final game, but you guys won, you know, 5 of the last 6 games and played solid down the stretch. Was there anything said this week just kind of motivational to finish out strong?
No, these guys do not need to be motivated. I think if you've watched us for the good part of the year, we've had some rough patches, but they do a tremendous job of showing up to play every day, and it's not a rah-rah speech or anything that gets these guys to tick. Just go out and play. They hold themselves very accountable, and that's why we're so fortunate as a coaching staff that we've got some good leaders on this club that know how to do it the right way.
It says a lot about the character, though, in the clubhouse.
Very much so. We've talked about the quality of the character all year long, yeah.
Kevin, you've won 80 games. It's a little bit frustrating with all the one-run games that if you could have won 6 or 7 more, you'd be in it.
No, I personally don't look at it that way. I look at it, it's frustrating we didn't get to where we wanted to get. And we don't care about 1-run games, 2-run games, or blowouts. Ultimately, you didn't get to where you wanted to get. So you don't go back and look at 6 shoulda, woulda, coulda games. It's more or less we didn't get it done when we needed to, but we did some really good things, and that's what we're going to continue and build on in the offseason.
Can you point to those extra inning games, though? I mean, 2 and 13, you cut that in half, and you're right there.
Yeah, we are, and those extra inning games are on me. I got to do a better job of putting guys in position to win those games, and whether it's pinch hitting, not pinch hitting, bullpen management, whatever it is, that's on me. We will get better in extra inning ball games.
Hey, Kevin, Joey was probably one of the better stories of the year. How much did you kind of delight in seeing what he did?
Oh, man, today was awesome. It was awesome for the entire dugout. And knowing that his mom's here and he hasn't got the most consistent playing time, that was a special day because, like we've said and we've gone back and said multiple times, when we were at our best this year, Joey Butler was right in the thick of it. And, that was a good icing on the season for Joey and us.
He's shown something.
He can hit. Joey can hit.
Hey, when you look at the teams that are going to the playoffs
Yep.
and what you guys have here, assuming you're healthy, do you think there's a big gap, or do you think you're close? Or
I do not. Every team is structured differently. Obviously, the team we're playing right now, they can really hit, and they got a lot of power. We can really pitch, and we can catch the ball. So the makeup of each team is unique in its own way, but you know, I think from our standpoint in this organization, we're always going to be built around quality pitching. And if we pitch the way we're capable of, we'll get to where we need to get.
So you don't really think you're far from being a playoff?
We do not think we're far at all. No.
What did you learn in your first season?
Quite a bit. Much too long to discuss in this 30 more seconds of interviewing, but you know, the appreciation for good communication throughout the course of the year, and that's something that's important. I think we did a nice job of building that foundation. Now it's got to continue to evolve and going forward. You can't just start the relationship and say, okay, it's good now. We got to continue to work on building it stronger and stronger.
What was the high for you this year?
The high? man, there were a lot of highs. We had a lot of exciting wins. When you play a lot of close ball games and you win a lot of tight games, there's plenty of wins that you can look back on and say those were highs. So I don't know if I could single out one.
You had a relationship with Caddy before you got here.
Yep.
What would you say about his season overall? What he did for you this year?
Tremendous season. I think ultimately Cabby performed as we were hoping for. He got there in a unique way from the second half being so strong. Offensively, defense was tremendous, but I think to a man, if you ask anybody in this clubhouse, he came in here as a veteran player, and the way he goes about his business every day, it was instrumental to our clubhouse. And for me as a first-year manager, extremely appreciative of what Asdrubal Cabrera meant to our club and the way he carried himself.
Everybody good?